We're ready to go. Let's read it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Martin E. Kilpatrick Stadium at the Lovett School for tonight's game between your home team, the KIPP Warriors, and the visiting Pride of the Lions. Thank you for your attendance tonight. Tonight is a special night. We'll be honoring the seniors of the KIPP Warriors, starting with Antoine Anderson in his first year of the KIPP program, escorted by Coach Bradley. Next year, Antoine will be attending Southwest University. Tehran Buchholz, his first year of the football program, escorted by Broderick Lear and Tins Green. Tehran will be attending Georgia State next year, where he will major in sports management. Elijah Cox, his third year of the football program, being escorted by Coach Farham. Javon Hemphill, first year of the football program, being escorted by Deborah Hemphill. Javon will be attending West Georgia next year, where he will major in psychology. His favorite quote: "Hard work separates boys and men. Only the strong survive." Anthony Hill, in his second year of the football program, being escorted by Valerie Franklin and Anthony Hill Sr. Anthony will be attending University of West Georgia next year, where he will major in art and design. His favorite quote: "Work hard, be nice." Amir Howard is in his third year of the football program, being escorted by Stephen Howard. Amir will be attending either Florida A&M University or Auburn University next year, where he will major in sports medicine. Michael Bonzu, in his fourth year of the football program, escorted by Michael Bonzu and Torsha Boyce. Michael will be majoring in psychology next year, and his favorite quote: "Do you want to be good, or do you want to be great?" Great people are up before the world, working harder than ever for their dream. So I'm going to ask you again, do you want to be good, or do you want to be great?
Robinson, number 57.
Deshavion Robinson, in his first year of the football program, being escorted by Nicole Robinson and Tahir Donadell. Next year, Deshavion will be attending Colorado State University, where he will major in biology and animal science. His favorite quote: "Words are powerful, use yours." Trey Johnson, in his first year of the football program, being escorted by Suzette Haynes and Jaquan Johnson. Next year, Trey will be studying sports medicine, and his favorite quote: "My life was hard, it just had to be. Watch me turn my dreams into reality." Little baby. Terrence Mathis, in his fourth year of the football program, being escorted by Sabrina Floyd and Terrence Mathis Sr.
We have Matthews next.
Terrence will be attending Virginia State University next year, where he will major in animal science. And his quote: "And nobody told me the road would be easy. I can't believe we made it this far. My whole life, I've been working so hard." Rod Wade. Khalil Matthews, in his fourth year of the football program, being escorted by Monique Allen and Jerry Matthews Jr.
You already know.
Next year, Khalil will be studying mechanical engineering.
Last name for Ryan.
His favorite quote: "Success comes with failure." Jovel Ryan, his third year of the football program, escorted by Jamie Ryan and Ramia Rice. Next year, Jovel will be studying entrepreneurship, and his favorite quote: "Never burn a bridge,
Scott.
because you'll never know
Last name
when you'll have to
Scott.
cross it again. For Carlos Scott, in his 4th year of the football program, being escorted by Angela and Ricardo Scott. Next year, Ricardo will be studying sports management. His favorite quote, "I'd rather live my life being authentic, being a one of one, rather than live being a copy of somebody else." Cameron Crisp, escorted by Ms. Walker, the 2nd year of the football program. Cameron will be attending Georgia State University next year, where he will study sports medicine.
He's escorted by Brandy.
His favorite quote,
Dominic
"The moment you give up
escorted
is
by
the moment you let someone else win." Kobe Bryant. Dominique Crisp, his 3rd year of the football program, being escorted by Brandy. Next year, Dominique will be majoring in electrical envoy.
We have the cheerleaders next. We have Towns next. Last name Towns. First one of the cheerleaders.
Anae Towns, in the 3rd year of the cheerleading program, being escorted by Kenita Purnell and Anthony Towns. Anae will be studying at Howard University next year with a major of neuroscience.
Holloway.
Her favorite quote, "You only live once. And if you work it right, once is enough." Joe E. Lewis. Tamore Holloway, the 3rd year of the cheerleading program, being escorted by CG and Mildred Holloway.
We have Edmund.
Tamore will be attending Georgia Southern University next year, where she will major in nursing. Her favorite quote, "Don't chase people. Be yourself. Do your own thing and work hard. The right people, the ones who really belong in your life, will come to you and stay." Will Smith.
Yes.
Yakia Edmonds, 2nd year of the cheerleading program, is being escorted by Shauna and Yaquez Edmonds. Yakia will be studying next year at Howard University, where she will major in business management. Her favorite quote, "The dream is temporary, but the hustle is forever."
What's your last name? Douglas is next. Douglas.
Zakira Douglas, finishing her 4th year of the cheerleading program, is being escorted by Zakia Pass and Jimmy Holloway. Zakira will be studying at Tennessee State University next year, where she will major in general physics. Her favorite quote, "Excuses are the tools of the incompetent, used to build bridges to nowhere and monuments of nothingness." Barack Obama. At this time, let's celebrate all of these seniors from the KIPP Warriors. The GHSA and its member schools have made a commitment to promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at all GHSA sanctioned events. Profanity, degrading remarks, and intimidating actions directed at officials or competitors will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the event site. Spectators are not allowed to enter the competition area during warm-ups or while the contest is being conducted. Thank you for your cooperation in the promotion
gonna do an
of
interview.
sportsmanship at today's event.
I'm being interviewed?
No.
Oh, okay.
Lovett Football is brought to you by the Lovett Linebackers, Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, the steak dinner done right, Center State Bank, bank smart, bank local, Melwood Springs Natural Spring Water, Atlantic Grill, your neighborhood grill, Play It Again Sports Buckhead, your neighborhood sporting goods store, Concord Pharmacy, when you have your health, you have everything. The Metro Atlanta YMCA, here for Atlanta, here for good. And by ESC Networks.
It's Game 6 of this strange 2020 season, and the Lovett Lions are technically on the road tonight. We are the road team against the homestanding KIPP Atlanta Collegiate Warriors, but I'm really proud of the Lions. We've had senior night here for KIPP at Lovett because they didn't have the chance, because of APS restrictions at Grady Stadium, to have a senior night, and so we've honored their seniors, footballers and cheerleaders, and it's quite a celebration for KIPP because they have, in just a short time, taken that school into the stratosphere from being a charter school with very little football commitment to now an outstanding football program and all overall athletics program and an extraordinarily strong scholarship of students who are aspiring to many schools. So congratulations, KIPP Atlanta, on your senior night, and we hope we're good hosts tonight, except at the end of this ball game. This is Richard Jarakitis, Lovett class of 74, and I'm joined by Lovett class of 1990, Ward Jones. And Ward, today I opened up a letter from Lovett about the 1970 state championship team, and it had all the seniors on that team. We only had 8 seniors on that team. And you, of course, played softball with Bill Lummis, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I was a bat boy for those guys with my dad and Jeff Hollis and Conley and all those guys, Glasser, and you know, it was quite a treat.
They were a frightening bunch, I can assure you.
I did not sneak some Red Man tobacco into my mouth.
Wow.
During those times when I was young.
Little did I realize that a bee sting could be cured.
Yes.
by tobacco.
Coach Hollis and Coach Raley multiple times gave me tobacco for a bee sting.
Oh, yes. And it
happened to be in their back pocket, just randomly. I don't know how.
So the Lions, this is Game 6 of this strange season. It would be Game 7 if our first game against Westminster hadn't had to be postponed, and unfortunately we probably won't get a chance to get that game in this season. But we're just fortunate to get this much of the season in so far. I'm excited to be on the riverbank because this is a chance for the Lions to redeem themselves after a really tough loss to Pace last week. And
yeah, it was all right there at the end of the game. You know, we got the 3-and-out stop that we needed. You called for the very rightly so for let's go after this. They blocked the kick, and you know that was a couple or 3 times where we just bogged down in the red zone with you know, I'll give Pace some credit, but just you know, a little better defense than our offense there a few times, and especially at the end of the game. But a really hard-fought game. It looked like Pace was going to maybe take off and dominate that game, but then Lovett got going there in the fourth quarter, and really made a game of it and almost won that thing.
And 2 touchdowns were called back?
Yeah, we had penalties on you know, plays that were easy touchdowns and just, you know, kind of shot ourselves in the foot. And I'm sure the tape was not easy to look at, but they did nonetheless, and hopefully learn from some mistakes, and we're going to need to correct those mistakes tonight because this is a good KIPP football team, probably one of the better teams we'll see all year.
So let's go around the state real quickly. Douglas and Westminster have already kicked off. It's a first quarter. They started early. They're scoreless. GAC meets Cedar Grove tonight. That's a region contest for GAC. Richmond Academy, it's a AAA game for them. They host nearby Hephzibah tonight. Burke County travels to Harlem, just up the road, right up Highway 25 from Waynesboro up to Harlem. West Hall goes on the road up to Cleveland to play White County tonight, and Lumpkin County, the Indians, travel from Dahlonega down to Jim Hood Road and take on the North Hall Trojans. Gilmer travels to Dawson County tonight. Also now sticking in AA, Berrien heads to Adel to play Cook. And single A game, or rather another AA game, Fitzgerald plays Early County, and that's a long route for Fitzgerald. They have to go all the way over to Early County to play tonight. Thomasville heads to Worth County in a game that Thomasville should handle fairly easily. And we will tell you that we will go to our national anthem. Even in this pandemic time, we love to pause to hear the national anthem. Ward, I was reminded, I got to give the invocation for Rotary today, so I used a little bit of Albert Schweitzer, how I could get that into an invocation. I don't want to explain, but I thought of Albert Schweitzer's very apt statement sometimes. It says that man is a clever animal who behaves like an imbecile. Don't refer to me that way, if you don't mind.
That's a good one.
So, we've gone around the state. We need to give you some Lovett Athletics results, if you don't mind.
If you're not following Lovett softball this postseason, you're missing out. I strongly encourage you to do that. The Lions have dominated in the first two rounds of the state playoff, sweeping Coosa High School on Monday and Haralson County last night. Lions host their final home games next week for the state quarterfinals as Jeff Davis High School visits Charlie Brooks Field. You can catch all the action right here on the Lovett Network. Coach Johnson's volleyball team also dominated the first round of state playoffs on Wednesday, sweeping Lake Oconee Academy in 3 sets. The Lions go head-to-head with Gordon Lee for round 2 at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Make sure to tune in to the Lovett Network for the best-of-5 series. The boys and girls cross-country teams are competing in region meet as we speak. We'll provide updates during tonight's telecast as we receive them. Best of luck to all our varsity athletes, and go Lions.
That means it's time to tell you that any rebroadcast, reproduction, or other use of the pictures and accounts of this game broadcast without the express written consent of the athletic director at the Lovett School is strictly prohibited. Let's get starting lineups, weather conditions, field conditions.
Yeah, starting tonight for the Lions on offense, at left tackle will be junior Will Stimmel. At left guard will be junior Luke Graham. Centering tonight for the Lions is senior captain Grant Turner. At right guard will be junior Andrew Mefford. At right tackle will be junior Wells Camerson. Our outside guys at wide receiver will be senior captain Colin Goldberg on one side and Logan Givens, a junior, on the other side. Our tight end is junior Stevie Bracey. Our fullback tonight is senior Alan Pope, also a captain. Our tailback tonight is junior Henry Stimmel. And quarterback tonight is freshman Preston Lusink. On defense for the Lions, inside in the interior at one end will be junior Will Stimmel. At nose tackle for the Lions will be junior Wells Kimmershin. At the other end will be senior Grant Turner. Our outside linebackers on one side will have Charlie Hoke, a senior, and Anderson Beaver, a sophomore. Inside linebackers will be senior Alan Pope, junior Stevie Bracey, and senior Luke Ham. Our corners tonight on one side will be senior Colin Goldberg and senior Andrew Pinkston. Our safety tonight is Logan Givens, a junior. Specialist tonight for the Lions at punter, senior Huntley King. Our long snapper is junior Stevie Bracey. Our place kicker tonight is senior Lucas Hyman. Our short snapper on extra points and field goals will be senior Charlie Caldwell, and holder for the Lions will be sophomore Christopher Fielden. So there's your starters tonight for the Lions. A group that seems to be gelling, like we said, Richard. A tough loss last week, against Pace, but there was some outstanding play at times. Just got to minimize the mistakes. We've got a perfect night for football. Probably a little warmer than we were expecting. I think when I got out of the car, it was 78 degrees, so probably down just a couple of degrees with the Chattahoochee off in the distance at full boat. And field conditions tonight are just about perfect. We did play last week on this field, and this isn't technically an away game, but I don't know that I've seen this field look better in these trying times of 2020.
Well, I chose shorts tonight. You chose long pants. We'll see who was the wiser of the two of us. Remember the comment about imbecile? Oh,
yes.
Thanks. So give us a little bit of a Kip preview, if you could.
Well, the first line of our scouting report, Kip is probably the most explosive team that we will have seen all year, as they have 8 plays of 40 yards or longer, all going for TDs, 2 of which were 90-plus yards. So they're willing to take a swing for the fences, and they've hit it a few times. So love it. No doubt we'll have to be in protection mode of keeping everything in front of them. Probably a little less man-to-man on the corners, maybe see that too high safety look we saw a couple times last week against Pace. And this offense will need to continue to get their rhythm going with a young quarterback, a freshman quarterback, and some skilled outside guys and a really talented offensive line. We're going to need to minimize those mistakes that we made last week that cost us points.
And as Ward said, Kip is known to be explosive. Their running back, Trey Johnson, who's a senior who was introduced for senior night, he's a stocky 5'10", 200-pounder who has surprising burst speed. Once he gets into the second level, it will be very hard to chase him down. And their quarterback is just a junior, DeMarco Brownlee. But it's surprising. At 5'10", a little over 180, he has a very strong arm and a very accurate arm. So hopefully the Lions have a little bit of a game plan tonight to try and force Kip to throw the ball. As strange as that may sound, we would like to see them throw the ball. We think defensively we can match up on pass defense with them. So it all will unfold in front of us very shortly. Get to see Coach Ty, worried about getting in the coach's box right now. He's over here telling us.
He's giving us the thumbs up. We're used to them walking across and being over here on our right, but they've switched things up this year, and that's your behind-the-scenes perspective. As to our right now is the Kip coaching staff. So Lions captains again tonight for the Lions. We'll have senior center, interior defensive lineman Grant Turner, senior fullback and linebacker Alan Pope, and senior wide receiver defensive back Colin Goldberg. Our senior captains for the Lions all year long. Those guys have led us, done a great job leading this team, and they're veterans, and they've played a lot of good football for this Lions team in their careers. As you can see, our new procedures of flipping the coin here. We'll send Colin out. Captains tonight for the home team, Kip Atlanta Collegiate, will be Khalil Matthews, meeting at senior at midfield there with Colin, where the officials will give their directions and high fives, air high fives or social distance high fives. And we'll flip the coin, and Kip will actually we'll get to call the toss, I guess, since we're the
We will
visitors.
get to call the toss just like we did with Washington. And this is the Quarterbacks Club Officials Association, created long, long ago and overseen by Marshall Arnold for many years, a longtime school administrator in the APS system.
I think Kip won the toss and deferred, and so I think the Lions will get the ball to start, and they'll start on this.
So the Lions will receive and defend the south end zone, as Kip will defend the north end zone. Those of you who aren't exactly oriented as well as we are, simply because we've been here for so long, the north end zone is the one that goes out of the north gate onto 41, and the south end zone is the one that flanks the old biology lab on the first floor of the upper school of many years ago.
Yeah, it used to be the old parking lot for us to.
Oh, right there.
Yeah.
Yes.
The old senior parking lot.
Yes, I'd rather not think about.
We like it the way it looks now a lot better.
Yeah, much better. I just remember how Kathy Lewis Lovell found Stan Snellings and me in that parking lot one time, and she was not happy with Stan and me. Now I blame Stan for that.
Well, we're about ready for Friday night football. This is a beautiful night, just a touch on the warm side, and Lions will go on offense. Let's see if we can do what we did last week. We're getting off to a really good start with the long drive for a touchdown. We'll take that again.
By the way, we hope you'll stay tuned all game, but especially for our faculty staff spotlight tonight. We have an extraordinary honoree as our faculty staff spotlight who everyone needs to, especially the kids, take a look at. So official time is 7:30, and thanks to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse for bringing you our pregame segment. And we're about to get 48 minutes of football underway. So kicking off for the Warriors is Cameron Crisp, a senior. Deep for the Lions, really three across. And it'll be taken by Goldberg at the 15. Quickly up across the 20, coming to this near side. Gets a block and gets across the 35 up to near the 37. We'll credit him with a 22-yard return, and the Lions will have good field position to start this opening possession.
Yeah, nice short kick there. Not really kind of a floater, just more of a line drive, so a good opportunity to get field position, and Lions took advantage.
Gosh, I like this press box.
We missed the spotter.
Thank you, Steve Franks. The spotter's babysitting tonight. Shotgun set for the Lions. Pistol set. Preston Lusink looks to this near sideline. Just one receiver split out, and that's Givens to this near side. Still in the pistol. We'll run pistol with Stimmel. He tries to find a little bit of running room off this right side, and he picks up maybe two up to the 39. And he's brought down there by the captain, Khalil Matthews.
Looked like Lions were going to go tempo, but now they'll break out of the tempo, look to the sideline. You know, Richard, we had a little bit of a tough time last week with the play clock, get some delay of game penalties.
2nd and 8. Lusink's going to keep it, and he gets nothing. He headed the line of scrimmage and maybe gets a yard. Amir Howard closed quickly. We are not sustaining any blocks.
Yeah, we missed that initial block right there you're pulling right there and letting that one defensive lineman go through. You got to pick that up first to get to that second level. We didn't do a good job there. Usually that's our bread and butter play that we block, effectively every time. Not so that time.
3rd and 7, 2 receivers left, one to this near side. We're going to hand it off to Stimmel, and he's going to maybe pick up 2. And Kip will force a punt as we'll face 4th and 5 from our own 42, or actually 4th and 6. He only got credited for a yard.
Yeah, 3 straight running plays. Interior defensive line, good job jamming things up, allowing those linebackers to get penetration, and very little gain there for the Lions.
Really impressed with how their defensive line gets off blocks. They really use their hands well. So Huntley King will drop back, standing at his 25. He'll get this punt away around his 28. And he gets off a high, wobbly kick that's going to take a good Lovett bounce down inside the 20, down to about the 18, and be downed right there. We were fortunate there because he got about a 22-yard roll on that because the ball bounded at the 40.
Yeah, he nearly shanked that, but he got the good roll, Something you don't see very often. Kip had 2 returners equal,
2 safeties
two
deep.
safeties deep, both at the same yard line there. But that ended up being a good kick after nearly shanking it. Got a great roll there.
So first possession for the Warriors, and Brownlee will go with a pistol set. 3 receivers to his right, and he's going to look left, and he's going to start scrambling. We're going to have to come up and try and run him out, and we do around the 19. Good play by Stevie Bracey.
Yeah, Stevie, great job. Grant Turner with the initial pressure there. Good coverage downfield. You'll see the replay now. Grant nearly has a bit of the jersey there, but Stevie comes and cleans it up, and maybe a yard, maybe a half yard on the gain there.
We'll call it 2nd and 9. Warriors, again, pistol set, 3 receivers right, 1 left. High snap, and he's going to hand it off, and running wide and really digging hard was Trey Johnson, who was hit around the 20 but escaped one tackler and made almost 6 yards up to the 25. It'll make it 3rd and 3.
Well, that's where the hash marks for high school really helped us because they had the wide side of the field. We had pretty good pursuit, but just there was space there, and he had the sideline and that wide side to be able to stretch his legs, and a missed tackle or 2 there got an extra yards. It'll be 3rd and short.
So 3rd and 3, again, pistol set. This time 3 receivers left. He'll hand it off and hit hard right in the hole. Was that Luke Ham? Yes, it was. Luke Ham drops Trey Johnson for about a 2-yard loss, and it'll force a punt. And let's see what the Lions can do with that.
Yeah, just a run blitz from the linebacker position there in the middle, and guard couldn't block him, and then a sure tackle. Really, Grant Turner kind of blew that up too because he was penetrated in the backfield, which allowed Luke to get that tackle for a loss. Good 3 and out for the Lions defense.
Low snap. We put pressure on it, and Goldberg will come up and take a fair catch off the foot of Taryn Buckholz, and the Lions have good field position.
Well, that's a good scouting report because they had Colin really short in the punt formation there to receive that. And that was a really short punt. He came up and did a good job of getting a fair catch rather than letting that ball bounce and roll potentially. We have great field position.
A 26-yard punt for Buckholz. And so the Lions will start this drive at the Kip 49-yard line. Again, pistol set. Give off to Hollingsworth, and he gets nothing.
Yeah, you're right, Richard. They're doing a good job. It's not the biggest, most physical type defensive front here for Kip, but they're quicker and using their hands and really angling in the gaps to get through these blocks, and we're going to have to sort of mesh that scheme a little bit to get that front 3 blocked up a little better.
Maurice Wilson credited with the tackle for the Warriors. So it'll make it 2nd and 10.
They kind of go a 3-5 look or a 3-4 look, but they keep a lot of guys in the secondary, and then they just rush hard.
Lusink throws it complete to Pinkston on this near sideline, and he skips out of bounds just inside the 40 at the 38. It'll be just enough for a first down. Let's see this on the replay. Pinkston does a good job of knowing where that sideline is and gets his feet down and snags that pass. And
yeah, Richard, that's impressive. A timing route. He threw that before he was out of the break and looking, and it was good coverage, so a really nice play there for the Lions. First down of the night.
So single back is Pope. We're going to hand it to Goldberg. He's going to try and cut inside, pick up about 4, maybe give him 3 to the 35. He made something out of nothing.
Yeah, that defensive end or outside linebacker kind of blew that play up. Caused Colin to go kind of backwards to start. Then number 11 set the edge, but Colin did a great job with a couple of spin moves to get positive yardage there. And this is no doubt 4-down territory for the Lions.
So 2nd and 7 lines at the KIPP 35, empty backfield. Lusing's going to take it, look downfield, and just beyond the reach of Colin Goldberg.
Well, they had the too high safety look, and we tried that double move that worked 3 times last week against Pace where we got penalties. I thought they might draw a penalty on the safety, hitting them early there, but we're probably also lucky that that ball didn't get intercepted. Third and a little long here. Got 2 downs to get it.
Looks like the blitz is coming. They keep walking up. Still a 3-5. They have not started the play clock for some reason. Out of the shotgun, Pope stays in the backfield, looking to block. And we're going to throw it complete to Bracey down inside the 25. Nice throw and catch to Stevie Bracey on a little crossing route.
Yeah, Stevie's hands, I mean, I said it 2 or 3 times last week. You'll see the replay here, but his catch radius and his hands are just magnificent and just glue on those hands. And first down for the Lions, tempo.
That's going to be there all night.
Yeah, with that look, they've got.
With that look, it's there all night.
Tight end could be open every time.
Out of the shotgun, 3 receivers left. Lusing's going to try and call his own number, and boy, they do a great job. Maurice Wilson.
Flag late on that.
Please don't be a hold on the Lions. Personal foul, face mask is the call. I didn't see it,
yeah,
but
I didn't see a grab
I
either.
guess it was Wilson.
Well, they're sending someone off the edge on almost every play. Like you said, 3 down linemen. You could call them defensive backs or linebackers, but that next wave of 5, they've got 1 safety outside. You'll see here on the replay, they'll send somebody off the edge, and I think that's who gets the face mask grab. It'll be a first down for the Lions just outside the 10.
So 1st and 10 Lions. From the KIPP 11, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right's Goldberg. Lusing looks, and he's got no room to run. Boy, they blew that up inside so well that time. Again, Maurice Wilson can find a hole faster than anybody.
Yeah, it's almost like our scouting report made us believe that we could run that play, our zone read kind of quarterback keeper. But they've stuffed it all night so far.
That play lost a yard. Back to the 12. It'll make it 2nd and 11. We put a man in motion. That's Givens. And we'll toss it wide to Hollingsworth. And he has no room to run. I don't know why I did not think he was down, but gosh, he had the block if he'd cut up.
Yeah. Well, you said it earlier. They're doing a good job with their hands on getting off blocks. You'll see a replay here. Looked like we had that block to the outside so where he could cut up inside. But that talented defender,
That's
Michael
Maurice,
Bonsu, got off the block and made the tackle. The Lions are going backwards.
That play lost 3 back to the 15. So we face 3rd and 14 as Ham comes in for Pinkston.
I don't think the play clock's working.
I was going to say, I was wondering about that. We may not have a play clock operator tonight. Out of the shotgun, Lusing fakes it, rolls this side. He's going to launch it for the end zone just beyond the reach of Givens. And we may go for it here. because that's a long stretch for Lucas Hyman. That would be almost a 32-yarder, but they're going to try it. Wait a minute, somebody else is coming in, I think. It looks like Henry Jones is going to attempt this. No, Lucas is. There's Lucas. Yeah, I hate this hash mark for a right-footed kicker. But let's see if Lucas can punch a 32-yarder through out of the hold of Christopher Fielden. Good snap. And it's good. So with a 32-yard field goal, Christopher Fielden gets the Lions on the board.
Yeah, you see the line drive on the replay. Just a question if it looked like it was right down the middle, so no question about it, actually. We have such a tough angle, and like Richard said, from that spot on the field at the far hash, it's tough for a right-footed kicker. Your Ruth Chris scoring recap.
I have to do the math for you. Sorry about that.
Lions
that would be 34 yards.
9 plays, 34 yards, and kick the 32-yard field goal. So as you see on your device, whatever you're looking on here, glad to have you. Lovett leads it 3-0 with 4 minutes, 33 seconds left in this first quarter. The face mask penalty was big against Kip. That gave us the first down inside the red zone. Then we bogged down to get the field goal. I'm guessing, Richard, probably inside of 35 yards will go for the kick.
Yeah.
That was a good leg from our senior kicker there.
So Hyman's going to boot this one short. Don't go out of bounds. And it does.
Ooh, a pink flag. I guess it still is October.
So the procedure penalty against the Lions will
last week, 2 or 3 times that kind of kick almost worked to perfection for us, but that time it goes out of bounds. So Kip went 3 and out in their first series. 2 designed runs and 1 pass that ended up being a run.
So 1st and 10 Warriors. And Maurice Wilson has to check in to play offense now. Pistol set, stacked receivers either side. Brownlee's just going to roll, look, and throws incomplete. We had no real pressure on him. He had to sort of maneuver around. He was trying to find check that. He was trying to find Antoine Anderson on this near side.
Yeah, and they had 2 guys running 9 routes, Richard, straight down the field on bomb routes. But we kind of had good coverage. We only rushed 3 there and nowhere to go with that ball. I like how our rush there kind of kept him in the pocket versus allowing him to kind of get out in space and run the quarterback for Kip. So he ends up throwing an incompletion.
On the incompletion, makes it 2nd and 10. Pistol set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Now he puts man in motion, and that ball's low, but going to be picked off the ground and still on his feet and driving for a first down goes Trey Johnson. Boy, I thought that ball was – he must have barely gotten that thing off the ground.
We might get a break there with an incompletion.
I wonder if –
but
we don't have a replay on that yet.
Completion and then a nice gain. Again, we hit him about 5 yards after the catch, and he ends up getting a first down. A full 10 yards on the play.
Pistol set again, stacked receivers either side. He hands it off to Brownlee again, and he's going to come this near side and escape one man. And I'm telling you, he's got leg drive like we hadn't seen much this season. And he's going to finally go down after about a 4-yard pickup. Charlie Hoke hit him, and it was like hitting a brick wall that time.
Yeah, we tried to get a leg tackle there and broke through it, and then looked like he was going to maybe lose a yard or get no gain, but he ends up getting 4 yards.
So 4-yard pickup for Johnson, and the Warriors face 2nd and 6 at their own 49. Pistol set again this time, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Brownlee takes it, He's going to swing it out high, complete, right around the midfield stripe, and on a nice open field tackle that time by Anderson Beaver. He threw it all the way out to Taryn Buckholz near the numbers, and Beaver brought him down after a 3-yard pickup.
Well, it looks like early on here, Kipps really likes to go to the wide side of the field. They've had a couple of design passes and a couple of runs to that wide side, but a good job in space there by the Lions defense, gang tackling.
So out of the pistol set, Brownlee will take it, try and launch it way downfield, and it's just beyond the reach of Terrence Mathis. Terrence Mathis, wait a minute. What the heck is Terrence Mathis playing for them for?
I thought he retired from the Falcons a while back. Well, I heard in the senior, this is senior night for Kip, and I believe that it is Terrence Mathis Jr., so I think they said he's going to Virginia State.
Yes.
Impressive.
So they're in 4-down territory in their minds, and so Brownlee will send one receiver to this near side, and that's Elijah Cox, and goes pistol set again with essentially 2 tight ends. Brownlee will take it, look, and that pass is broken up. Nice play by Colin Goldberg. Very good job of closing on the ball and knocking it away from Elijah Cox, and the Lions will take over.
Well, Colin eyes in the backfield, keeping his receiver in front of him. As soon as he saw that stop route, he broke on it wonderfully and then got his hand in there. And the senior captain, who's done just about everything for the Lions on defense, offense, and special teams, makes the 4th down stop there, and the Lions will take over on downs. Lions lead at 3-0, 2:23 left in this first quarter.
Out of the shotgun, Lusing's going to keep it and maybe pick up 2. I'll give him 3 across midfield. He was hit hard that time by Amir Howard.
Yeah, they're fast, they're active. Those front 7 or 8 guys, really, they, for the most part, are just having a safety at center field, and the rest of the guys are about 3 yards off the line of scrimmage.
Boy,
they
they're
jumped
just
off, didn't they? Hard count gets Kip there. We'll get a free 5.
That might be called a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
I like the breast cancer awareness flag. We'll call it second and a long 2, short 3. We'll hand it off, and maneuvering inside the 40 down to around the 36 with some tough running. It looks like Michael Hollingsworth, and he's going to be brought down after about an 8-yard pickup.
We got an injured offensive lineman hobbling off there.
That's Andrew Mefford coming off.
Ankle or a knee.
Edward Deloge is going to hustle in to replace him. So they'll check his ankle out.
Good blocking up front there for the Lions on that play. Easy 1st down gain.
1st and 10 Lions from the 36. They walk him up, and Lusing has no running room at all, and he just got swallowed up that time by Ricardo Scott, one of their seniors.
Option to pitch it or keep it, or a design keep, but yeah, the Kip defense didn't bite on that play at all.
So we'll call it 2nd and 10, again from the 36. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right, and Lusing will take it, look right. Oh, in and out of the hands of Colin Goldberg, and he knows he missed it.
Wow. Good slant route, or just a little skinny there. Colin was open. It looked like Lusing threw a strike. Just went right through the hands of Colin. Maybe a little more mustard on that than he was thinking. But, yeah, that's one we'd probably catch, and he might run for a touchdown there, folks.
They like walking that safety up.
I mean, they got 10 guys within
Yeah.
4 yards of the line
And
of
Coach
scrimmage.
Muschamp's going to call a timeout with 35 seconds left in this first quarter. So timeout on the field. Lions lead it 3-0. The Linebackers welcome you to another exciting year of Lovett Athletics. Your support as both a fan and member of Linebackers is essential to the success of our athletic programs. With your help, we can continue Lovett's proud tradition of pursuing excellence on the fields, gyms, courts, courses, track, and pool. Please consider joining the Lovett Linebackers organization today. It's a wise investment in Lovett Athletics. I made that up at the end.
I like it.
I just, you know.
Well, 35 seconds left in this first quarter. Lions got a big third down here coming out of a timeout. Probably, again, Richard, 2 downs type territory, 4-down territory. Got 2 chances to get it here. 3rd and 9, almost 10 yards. So.
Well, I like clearing deep with Colin Goldberg as a single coverage on this side and have Stevie Bracey come across, but
you'd think with Colin on an outside and maybe Stevie on an inside in this single high safety, you could get one of those guys deeper.
So we put Hollingsworth in motion. Here comes the blitz.
That was a false start.
Oh.
I think we got Stevie left just a little bit early. Timing was just a little off there.
Did we start early?
Yeah, I think Stevie got a little bit jumpy there.
Well, that's a tough walk-off because it takes it outside the 40 to the 41, makes it 3rd and 15. It can change everything for you. Trips to the left for Lusink, and they were offside, so that'll mark it back 5.
I think he was faking the blitz, too. I don't even think he was really coming, but he went too far across. Second one of the night for Kip. Getting drawn off sides there, so that erases our mistake with their mistake.
Third and 10 Lions from the Kip 36. Trips to the left, single receiver this near side. Will take it, look, have some time, and float it downfield, and it's going to be broken up. He didn't get all his feet into that.
Yeah,
and it was a strange
just
route.
A little kind of standing flat foot trying to throw, to the tight end there on the well down the field. Kind of just threw an up for grabs ball. Looked for a minute like we might be able to catch that coming back for the ball, but their defender did a good job of getting back there and making a play. So Lions will look like be forced to line up for a punt formation.
So Huntley King will check in, and Huntley, if he's going to stand around the goal line, guess what? Kick it towards the 5 where we've got Thomas Brown down there at the 3 because he's not going to come over and get it. Good snap. King gets his foot into it, and can it bound? Oh.
Kicked it too good.
Sorry.
Good try.
Doesn't anybody like to cough and kick anymore? So the Lions get turned away on that third offensive possession, and we'll stay knotted up 3-0 with just 18 seconds left in this
I kind of
first period.
thought, Richard, on that third down call after the penalty that we might run it right there and try to get 3, 4, 5 yards and then go for it on 4th, but we went for a downfield throw and just a little short. Good play by Kip's defense.
Stevie might could have come back a little bit for that ball and sort of shielded him off. But 1st and 10 Warriors, they'll put a man in motion. Brownlee's going to swing it out to him, and Johnson's going to pick up about 4. Beavers out there to drop him. And that may do it for this first stanza. It was just 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. I don't think they're going to get it done. So we've played 12. We got 36 to go, and the Lions will head to the second quarter and switch sides of the field, leading it 3-0. Time for send it down to Katie for a quick update. Well, maybe we can talk about our Camp Store Lovett Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, Lovett Athlete of the Week is on-campus Store Lovett Athlete of the Week is senior cheer captain Lindy Benton. Christina Pugh, head coach of the cheer program, says Lindy has shown tremendous leadership since day one and always has a positive, supportive attitude to all of her teammates. Lindy has an enormous amount of talent, yet balances it with humility and openness to feedback and constructive criticism. She gives every practice 100% of herself. She repeats elements of stunts and dances until they are perfect and encourages her teammates to do the same. She's a fantastic choreographer and dancer. Lindy is truly an all-around cheerleader. I trust her with any task assigned to her. I am confident daily that she will show up giving everything she has. We would not be where we are without her. Congratulations, Lindy. You're Campus Store Athlete of the Week.
And, Ward, it makes me feel old when I realize I think Lindy is the granddaughter of my good friend, the late Art Benton. I'm pretty confident of that. So congratulations, Lindy. Remember, all your gift shopping in the Campus Store is free. Shotgun set on this 2nd and 6, and they'll throw it incomplete as they were looking. Was that Buckholtz? Yeah, that was Buckholtz that was almost a little bit of a pick play.
Well, I almost think their own receiver was the defender on the play because they had two guys right in the exact same area. Well thrown ball. This quarterback's got a good arm, but I think somebody ran the wrong route there.
So 3rd and 6, Warriors, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Brownlee will take it, have some time, and he'll throw it out on that far sideline just beyond the reach of Terrence Matheson.
Man, they've got some space in their offense. They go to that wide side of the field seemingly more often than not, and we have single coverage out there. Good coverage, but, boy, they complete one of these passes and break away.
Remember, Brownlee's a sophomore.
Oh, yeah.
In another couple of years.
Wow.
Hello.
Would like to see him play shortstop or second base, too.
So Buckholtz will drop deep. This will be his 2nd punt, and he gets it away quickly, and Goldberg will fly over to pick it up, try and get wide and run towards that sideline and pick up about 4 into Kip territory where he's tackled by Javel Ryan.
Well, the second time tonight, Lions have great field position and plus territory. We bogged down last drive, got a field goal earlier. See what we can do with good field position here on this drive. 4th of the night here, early 2nd quarter.
So we're on the positive side, the 46. 1st and 10 Lions. Just to start this 2nd period. We're going to try and run it wide with Hollingsworth, and boy, the speed that Maurice Wilson closed on that.
Yeah, the junior linebacker, I mean, goodness, shot out of a cannon. Looked like, from our perspective up top here, that was well blocked, and all of a sudden this missile, kind of like a Roquan Smith, just flying in there and made a great tackle and tackle for loss at that.
That play lost a yard to make it 2nd and 11. Now they'll bring 4 this time, and Lusink will look and try and float it for Pope, and he's wide open down this near sideline, and Preston just pulled the trigger a little too quick.
Boy, that's eerily familiar from last week. A couple of times we had open receivers downfield and just couldn't make the connection.
Yeah, it's the strangest thing. On a wheel route like that, you almost have to say, I'm just going to look at it and just throw it to him. I'm not going to try and lead him at all. If he has to come back for it, because the design is he's going to be open.
Yeah, even if he has to stop, like you said, Richard.
Yep.
Still going to be a catch.
3rd and 11. Bracey spit to this near side. We fake it to Hollingsworth, look inside, and it's picked off. And he's got running room down this side. And he's going to run out of bounds. I think that was Terrence Mathis who picked it off. It was thrown way too high for Stevie Bracey that time. And
yeah, high throw a little bit behind, and you know what happens to high throws over the middle. He's trying to hit Bracey from the tight end position. He was wide open. and high and behind him, and that's an easy pick. And you see the speed there for Mathis, the senior. Good return, good field position, first turnover of the night. See if they don't go something, try to hit a home run here.
So Brownlee out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Johnson, and Trey Johnson picks up about 4. Yeah, give him 3 to the 36. Good job by the Lions closing on that. He was brought down by Luke Ham. We've called Luke's name already a lot tonight. And they'll go NASCAR as they've got trips to this near side. Again, pistol set. They run pistol a lot. Brownlee takes it, and did we have somebody jump?
No, they jumped. I think the wide receiver down here right in front of our bench, right in front of the official. So that helps. Erases that first down gain. I think they were going to run a fly route here on this bottom receiver and got a little antsy, jumped off sides. Or false start.
We'll call it 2nd and 12 from the 41. Again, pistol set. Brownlee takes it. He's going to roll this side and throw it just beyond the reach of Buckholz coming across the middle, but broken up that time by Logan Givens.
Man, there's some good coverage downfield by the Lions, but just some almost catches here for Kip. They're just almost complete. It's either a little high or a little out in front. So far, very few completions in the passing game for Kip. Some of that is their own doing. Some of that is excellent coverage downfield by the Lions. Big third down here.
So does Kip call a timeout? Kip will call a timeout at the 10-minute mark of this second period. That's their first timeout, and they'll face 3rd and 12. The Lovett Parent Association is the organization dedicated to promoting volunteer interest among parents in support of the school and engaging in activities promoting the enrichment of all students, faculty, and staff. There are many opportunities, small and large, for you to make a positive impact. Visit the Lovett website to become involved with the LPA today. Hey, when you were at Lovett, did they used to have the Parents Associations? Did they have the Saul Kent Rich's fashion show?
Oh, yeah. The fashion show used to be in the big gym.
Yeah.
We try to sneak in there and see some of the, see some of the models maybe, I don't know. It's a rumor.
Funny, we did the same thing.
Go in those side doors in the big gym and try to see some of that.
Well, Saul Kent's son was a friend of mine, Dave Kent, who went to Northside, the predecessor to North Atlanta. And Dave would go see his father and take me to go see him. All right, 3rd and 12. We got to watch the tight end this time. Out of the pistol. Brownlee being chased. Will dive at him. And Hoke's going to wrestle him out of bounds right around the 34. But they'll have about 3rd and 5. Nice play by Charlie Hoke, but good pursuit by Luke Ham.
Well, every pass play, Richard, you'll see on the replay, they get this running back out on the edge to try to create space underneath there. But our Lions defense has been great, and we nearly had a
no, Stevie Bracey, rather, who made the tackle
there, and then Stevie cleans it up again. And it'll be 4th down. Lovett's had one stop on 4th down tonight already. Let's see if we can get a second.
4th and 5. 4 receivers to this near side. Let's see if he doesn't go to that other side. Under pressure. He's going to get away from one. No, he's not going to get away from Michael Hollingsworth, who makes a fantastic open field tackle.
Boy, if Hollingsworth doesn't make that tackle, not only does he get the first down, he might go for a score there, as there is a lot of territory there beyond the first down mark. Easily would have gotten the first down. Great open field tackle, really for no gain there, maybe even a half-yard loss, and Lovett's defense turns it over again on downs.
Michael Hollingsworth making the tackle the way his coach Michael Kennedy taught him how to do at NYO years ago when he played for him. 1st and 10 Lions from the 33. We'll throw it underneath. That head, gosh, that's not a flag. He was on his back.
Second time tonight Collins got hit a little early. No flag there. Just a simple slant route. Try to get Lusink going again as he had a couple of errant throws in the last possessions. The passing game, Richard, is open, though, for us if we can take advantage.
Second and 10 Lions from the 33. We're going to hand it to Hollingsworth. Come on, Allen, get him a block. That's way to keep your feet going. Michael, across midfield and into Kip territory.
Well, you called it, Alan Pope, the senior fullback, the captain. Great block in the interior there, and then Hollingsworth doing some great after contact yards gained and a first down. First one tonight where we've had plus 10 yards on the ground. Big gain there. Nice running.
3 receivers right for Lusink. Really an empty backfield. He puts Pope in motion. And Preston will take it. Come on, get a block. There you go, Preston. That's the way to run the football. He runs, at that time, into the arms of Maurice Wilson. But he picks up good yardage.
Yeah, you see the replay there. Pull the guard, get the fullback in there, and really I think the formation got him because we had 3 to the right on the wide side, and we ran weak side. Good gain there on first down.
2nd and 4. Dadgummit.
Coach Muschamp is not happy about that one. Yeah, procedure penalty, false start for the Lions. Trying to go tempo there after the nice first down gain. Back it up, be 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 from the 47. We shift Hollingsworth from the right to the left. We'll hand it to him. He's going to try and slide outside. Now slide back inside, and Hollingsworth's going to get across the 40 down to about the 39. Picks up 8.
That's 2 excellent runs, vision-wise, for Hollingsworth, and then keeping his legs going after contact. Nearly got a first down there. 2 big runs there by Hollingsworth. Well blocked, well-designed play, and then just excellent second effort by Hollingsworth.
Third and 1 from the 39. We'll hand it to Hollingsworth again. And he'll stutter step, get inside the 35, down to just inside the 30 to the 29.
Well, all of a sudden we're getting with formation there, Richard. We're going trips to whatever the wide side of the field is and then running back to the weak side. This case it was towards the Kip sideline and just easy first down yardage and then some. And 3 big gains in a row for Hollingsworth.
Cinch that saddle up, Michael. We're going to be riding you a little tonight. 1st and 10 Lions from the 29. The play clock can't be running tonight. They must be keeping it on the field. Again, out of the shotgun, Lusink will take it, fake it, keep it himself. Come on, Colin, give him a block. And he's going to pick up almost 8.
Another well-blocked short side or weak side of the formation. And we're getting them right now. It's right side of our offensive line. We pull 2 guys. Well, one's the fullback there, as you see the replay, and then Lusink. A little bit indecisive, but then put his foot down and headed upfield and got a great gain on first down.
Luke Graham did a good job of pulling that time and trapping. 2nd and 2, we'll give it to Hollingsworth. He'll pick up the first down and get inside the 20 down to around the 16.
All of a sudden we're gashing him, Richard, with the runs. Kind of the inside-outside run. That one kind of went inside and stayed inside. Those other 3 had kind of gone inside and then outside. And I think Kip's going to call timeout as they're frustrated.
Timeout on the field, 6:19 to go. Lions leading at 3-0, and we'll come back to a 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Should we talk about our alumni spotlight? And the producer says yes. We turn the alumni spotlight to University of Virginia linebacker and Lovett football alum Nick Jackson this week. Nick appeared in all 14 games as a freshman for the Hoos and has started all 4 of the Cavaliers games this season. He leads the defense in solo tackles, total tackles, and tackles for loss yards. He also had a career-high 12 tackles at number 1 ranked Clemson earlier this month. On special teams, Nick caught his first collegiate pass on a fake punt against NC State and went for 26 yards. All of us at the Lovett Network look forward to watching him compete and continue to make a name for himself. Congratulations, Nick. The alumni spotlight shines on you. Hate to say it, but Nick's in exclusive territory for me. One of my 5 all-time favorite Lovett Lions.
Mine too. I mean, one of my all-time favorites.
And I've
That's
seen a lot of
them for both of us, especially.
I've already named one of my all-time favorite Lovett Lions earlier, Bill Lummis. Shotgun set, pistol set, again to Hollingsworth, and he bolts over the 15 to about the 13. Give him 3 on that.
Well, these last 2 plays are just good old-fashioned power football with Bracey lining up as a tight end, Alan Pope as a fullback, and just lead runs to the tailback. Hollingsworth is, like you said, we're going to put it on his shoulders. It looks like this second quarter, and it's his game right now.
2nd and 7, pistol set. 2 receivers to this near side are Givens and Goldberg. We're going to look in the end zone for Givens, and good coverage that time. Step for step with him was Michael Bonsu, one of their senior linebackers.
Yeah, he was glued to him. We tried to go play action there and get single coverage on the edge and throw a little.
That was a surprising call for me.
Yeah, well, me too. I thought, just keep going with what's working, but can't blame him for trying to get something on the edge.
I know they were coming out of a timeout, but shotgun set from the 13. We'll hand it to Hollingsworth and try and run wide to Goldberg. He steps inside. He's going to get inside the 10, down near the 7. And I think it's going to bring up 4th and 1, and I sure would like to see us go for it.
Yeah, we went with a little action there, too, and get Colin on the edge. He made one tackler miss, which I thought might get us the first down, but they had good pursuit there by number 1.
Yeah, Maurice Wilson turned him back inside.
Khalil Matthews cleaned it up.
So the Lions will go for it on 4th and 1. Pistol set. I'll tell you something. If Mefford can get that seal block, we've got this. He got it.
Boy, they had contact right at the line of scrimmage there. See the replay.
If it
and
comes,
Hollingsworth, just the second effort there, really got that play. They really kind of beat us up on the line of scrimmage there. You'll see a replay here.
Is there a flag? There's a flag on the play. I did on that far side.
Procedure, maybe?
It had to be. That's the only thing it could have been.
We didn't have right number of guys on the line of scrimmage. Wow, so that's negate what would have been a first down game, 1st and goal, and we'll have to line up for another field goal attempt potentially. Yeah, you saw on the replay that run blitzer was in there and looked like he was going to get us short. Hollingsworth, great second effort, but the penalty nullifies and have to line up for another field goal.
So Lucas Hyman will attempt a 29-yard field goal out of the hole to Christopher Fielden. Good snap, and it's true. Your new score, Lovett 6, Kip nothing with 4:39 to go here. Wow,
yeah.
That was
excellent drive there going. I'm kind of like you, Richard, on that 2nd and 7 play where we're running the ball, getting 6, 7, 8, 9 yards of play, and we go for the pass there, incomplete, and then 3rd and 7, we get 6, and then 4th down, we get the procedure penalty, so we have to line up for another field goal, but we'll take the points. Never want to turn those away, so it's a 6-0 lead.
All right, let's throw it down to Katie for a second and see what you got.
I'm here on the Riverbank sidelines, and the Lions are up in the second quarter. We were unable to get 2 opportunities to get the touchdown, but we did secure 2 field goals so far. I'm ready to see if the Lions are going to finish out their opportunities in the rest of this game. What about you?
I'm with you.
Excellent
So
observation, yeah.
Hyman will kick it short, and it's taken by a big linebacker, number 13, Amir Howard. And he returns it from the 30 up to the 37. By the way, Ward, sorry about my math. That was a 56-yard drive for the Lions.
Yeah, 12-play, your Ruth Chris scoring recap. 12 plays, almost 5 minutes off the clock there. And they get the second field goal, take it 6-0. To Katie's point, there's opportunities for the Lions. We're getting field goals. You want touchdowns, and this defense is going to have to play tough the rest of the second quarter and get the ball back for us one more time.
1st and 10, Kip. They'll hand it off to Johnson. He goes looking for running room, and he's going to pick it up across midfield. Very patient running that time by Johnson.
Yeah, he kind of stutter step, kind of Le'Veon Bell like a couple of years ago, where he lets those blockers get set and then just dashes up. So he's letting that ball, not really protecting that ball very well. We might keep that in mind, strip that. Good gain there by Kip, though.
In Lovett territory, Brownlee will take it, look over the middle. Oh! I don't, sorry, y'all.
Everybody in the
Was
the
that
building.
Charlie? Of all people, Charlie Hoke. Some of the surest hands we have. Charlie.
Just read it perfectly on the little slant route, jumped it, read the quarterback's eyes, and that would have been pick 6. Take it to the house. Oh, goodness.
2nd and 10. Come on, Charlie Hoke. Stops the clock with 4:03 to go. Again, pistol set. He puts Brownlee in motion. Going to swing it out to him. That's Johnson, rather. We can't bring him down because he's still on his feet inside the 30.
Well, again,
They're going to mark him in there just shy of the 30.
They use the wide side of the field to their advantage, get in space, and that was a design call to immediately get to the running back out of the backfield. And we miss a tackle right there at the 48. He gets all the way down to across the 30 there.
A very good execution on that play because they had their blockers downfield just shielding enough. 1st and 10. Kip at the 30, quickly deeper into Lovett territory. Pistol set. He'll take it, swing it out wide to Buckholz. We'll wrap him up inside the 30 down to about the 27. Anderson Beaver was there for the Lions.
Yeah, a little better defense there for the Lions. Throw the little screen pass to the receiver this time. A couple of yards, 3 yards gain on the play.
So again, stacked receivers both sides this time. And he'll hand it off to Johnson. We'll grab on him and can't get him on the ground as he spins away. Luke Graham did a great job of getting in the backfield. We just didn't have anybody helping him.
Yeah, we broke contain there on it. Just beating your man one-on-one and couldn't quite tackle him. Ends up, what looked like a 2-yard loss ends up being a couple yards gain there. Nice running there by the Kip running back.
So 3rd and 3 from the 23. Clock ticks, 2:25, 2:24. Again, pistol set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Brownlee will roll this side. He's under some pressure. And is it picked? Picked off by Anderson Beaver. He went to the well a little too many times. But Anderson Beaver with a great catch on this near sideline.
Yeah, kind of a bend but don't break defense. We had a couple of chances for interceptions. You see the replay as Anderson, great coverage there and then darts underneath on the sprint rollout. We had that well covered, well contained, and then the pick. Glad we don't have replay because I thought he might be bobbling that ball.
Nobody asked you. 1st and 10 Lions from the 23. Pistol set. We'll hand it off to Hollingsworth. He'll get up maybe to the 25, pick up 2. Boy, was that a clutch play
Well, one interception for each team. You'll see a replay again. Quarterback rolls out, throws it right into your Beaver. Makes a great play to get the turnover.
So 2nd and 8. We go pistol set again. Lusink will take it, fake, look downfield for Givens.
Might have had just good angle coverage there, but it looked like he might have forced him out of bounds. I thought we might get a call there. Lovett has 2 timeouts left. Kipp has 1. Clock stops with 1:31. Lovett up 6-0.
3rd and 8 from the Lions 25. Hoke and Givens split wide right, and Goldberg to this near side. Just a 3-man rush. A little screen pass to Hollingsworth, and boy, Maurice Wilson, smell that. Our execution on that
Boy, that again, number 17.
was nothing to write home about.
Maurice Wilson, the second time he just goes from 0 to 100 miles in one step. There is a flag on the play. Might have been picked up, though. It's not the worst play in the world. We make a completion there. Keep the clock rolling. I don't know if Kipp calls their timeout or if
They did. They called their final timeout.
clock's rolling right now. Nope, stopped. Yeah, they did call their final timeout.
We need Huntley to hit the old howitzer this time like he did against GAC. This is a good football game.
Yeah, the score might not indicate the quality of play here. Both teams playing good defense. Lovett's had a couple good drives that ended in points with field goals, but Lovett's defense has really done a good job. Got a turnover there. We've had 2 4th down stops. Turn it over on downs. And that's the goose egg so far. You're right, Richard. We need a good punt here because there's still plenty of time left for Kipp.
Coach Franks must be still in the tree stand. Nobody's come to get him. He continues to text us. 4th and 9, and Huntley King will get this punt away right around his 12. Let's get a big old howitzer going.
That's not it. Oh, unfortunately. He had plenty of time there. No rush at all. But he shot that one off the side of his foot and didn't even get it past the first down marker, unfortunately.
So Kipp will have great field position with 1:02 to go. And the turnover for the Lions only burns about 1:02 off, about 1:06 off the clock. So the Warriors will have 1:02 to navigate 30 yards. Again, pistol set, and the Lions will call timeout.
If we had the right personnel or the right formation on defense, Coach Muschamp came running from about midfield to call that timeout. Didn't like our look. Got any scores over there on the Massey
Automotive? On the Massey Automotive scoreboard. Thank you. North Hall leads Lumpkin County in the first quarter score 6-0. Fitzgerald over Early County 14-0. Cook leads Berrien 3-0. Second quarter score is Baconton Charter leads East Lawrence 7-0. Bacon County leads Toombs County 14-7. That's the second quarter score. Vidalia over Jeff Davis. That's a big rivalry. Down between Vidalia and Hazelhurst, they lead at 7-0. All right, Lions need to bow up here. 1st and 10, Kipp. And they'll go 2 tight ends and 2 receivers, wide right and wide left. Johnson is your tailback, and they'll leave it with Johnson. He'll try and dash on that left side, and he's going to get bumped out of bounds after about a 7-yard pickup down to the 23. It'll stop the clock with 55 seconds to go.
He's got more power than you think and a little more speed when he gets to that edge.
I'm telling you, I told you, if he gets into the second level, it's going to be hard to chase him down.
He had a burst there to the outside. Good gain, first down for Kip. Clock stopped, 55 seconds left.
Again, shotgun pistol set, same formation. Brownlee will take it, and he's going to try and throw it. And we're going to have to chase him towards this near side, and he's going to dump it off. And Johnson's going to pick up about 7. But they had linemen all downfield. I don't know how in the world they had 71
three
all the
offensive linemen downfield. You'll see a replay here. It looked like the quarterback was going to run it.
Here's 71 past the 20.
It was a pretty heady play by the quarterback. It looked like he was going to run it, and last minute just does a little dump off. They had 2, if not 3, linemen downfield. And that's a first down gain for Kip.
Clock ticks, 22-21 on this first down play. And, you know, Kip is smart. They go ahead and take the procedure
Yeah, too bad there's no runoff.
to stop the clock.
This is where one of those rules that comes into play that I believe the clock was running prior to. And the clock will start. Yeah, there it goes. Even after a penalty, the clock's
15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. So they're going to the end zone. They'd have to. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. He's going to get the play off. He's going to launch it towards the end zone, and we're going to have to bat it away, and we do. And, boy, do we hang on and turn them away from the end zone as they launched it towards the goal post, and there were a host of Lions back there, Charlie Hoke and Luke Ham. And we'll head to the half, leading at 6-0. And buckle your trend straps, folks. We got 24 minutes of football left. Should we send it down? Oh. Should we send it down to the sideline? So we will not send it down to the sideline as you see Coach Muschamp and the Lions squad coming up the steps. So we'll head to break, and we'll be back with you in just a little bit. Don't have a volleyball score yet, but we'll check on that. And you're watching Lovett Football on the Lovett Network. Lions lead at 6-0.
interview Kaylee.
Okay, I'll just get another angle. John, I'm going to get a side angle of this interview. We're just going to shoot a side angle of this interview here, okay?
I can give you a slip to go get something. I'm not going to get it.
It's Katie and Kaylee interviewing each other. When are they going to do it? They need to set up. this out for John. Okay, I just talked to Katie. She is going to interview Kaylee about softball. Take time. Hey, make sure. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is your main camera. Y'all play to this camera. Let me get y'all set up. Then where you gonna be, Kate? You're gonna be right there. I mean, if you're gonna be a little wider, I need to know because I'm playing you up. Don't go any wider. John, they're all set down here. This is still
Yes. Three, two. I'm here with freshman softball star Kaylee Starville. Now, if you didn't know already, the Lovett softball team is in their third round of playoffs right now, and they won the Sweet 16 yesterday. Can you give us a little bit of a rundown on what happened yesterday's game?
In the first game, we started off pretty slow. We were down by 2, but we came back in the same inning, and Logan Easterly hit a bunt home run, which rallied up the team.
That's awesome. What can we expect to see from these girls in round 3?
You would expect to see a lot of effort and dedication to keep the team going. Yeah.
I know all these girls are really dedicated to this team. Who would you say you look up to the most?
I look up to most of the upperclassmen because they always give 110% in practice, and they always give the team energy.
I think it's amazing that you're a freshman. What would you say your favorite moment of this season has been?
Actually, one of my favorite moments when I had a sliding catch yesterday in left field.
Wow.
And yeah, I was pretty happy about that.
Well, congratulations, and I hope you guys do well.
Thank
Back
you.
to you guys.
I'm just trying to figure out what to see. What are you showing right now? Oh, hang on. Yeah, Michelle said they got to come down here and get a sip and home. She's doing something with Kaylee and can't go through. Michelle's doing something with Kaylee and can't go and getting sick. To the veranda and shoot some folks. Hey, have you got the handheld camera?
No, I've been doing church. Thomas wants to stay down here and film, so.
Thomas is going to stay down here?
Yeah, he wants to, so I'm just going to stay on the TriCast.
Are you on TriCast?
Yeah, I'm on TriCast.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. If you hear me say, hey, I got to get a replay or something, say okay.
Oh, I always.
Okay. Hey, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Check this out. That's it. We're live right now. Really cool. Did you watch it last night? Did you see Stevie? We know he cut off on him. Yeah, it's coming together, man. It's gonna be good.
Another fan who couldn't make it tonight. She was watching the Good. And I told her, I said, watch tonight, you'll see the difference.
Well, she didn't get all these toys that work.
Good, that's it. Good stuff.
But thanks.
Keep working.
Yeah.
Coming along.
It's coming, slowly but surely. Can you fly the thing?
I've been working on my license during this whole COVID thing. I got some more hours I gotta do. So.
You know, the good news is it's not real crowded. When you get time maybe next year, fly that thing on down. 3,500 people. Hey, what's the other one?
We're back. It's halftime here on the Riverbank. Game 6 of this strange 2020 season. The Lions lead Kip Collegiate 6-0 on the strength of 2 Lucas Hyman field goals. We'll try and recap for you what actually may seem like a boring first half was actually quite a stirring first half. Kip behind their outstanding running back Trey Johnson and quarterback DeMarco Brownlee showed a lot of offense tonight, as while the Lovett Lions had the first possession of the game, the Lions were unable to do anything and had to kick it away to Kip. And we forced Kip to kick on a 3-and-out, but then the Lions took it from the Kip's 49-yard line and drove it 37 yards, where Lucas kicked a 32-yard field goal from the left hash mark into that north end zone goalpost to put the Lions up 3-0 with 4:33 to go in the first period. Then Kip took it and they moved it a little bit in the second series. Had to kick it back to the Lions, but held the Lions on a 3-and-out, and then the Lions returned the favor with a 3-and-out. But then the Lions, with good field position at the 46, early in that second period, Terrence Mathis intercepted an errant Preston Lusink pass, and Kip had good field position, but fortunately the Lions were able to hold and forced Kip to punt it away, and the Lions took it on their own 33 and drove it 56 yards in 12 plays, eating up 5 minutes and 4 seconds, and were able to tack on a 29-yard field goal at the 4:39 mark. But then Kip took it and was quickly marching it downfield and deep in Lovett territory. Anderson Beaver was Johnny on the spot as he picked one off at the Lions' own 24-yard line, and the Lions were able to eke out about a minute on the clock and then kicked it back to Kip, who took it in about 3 plays, took it all the way down to the Lions' 30, and poor clock management for the Warriors burned up the clock, and in fact, they burned up about 25 seconds on the last play as they had no timeouts remaining. And they launched one into the end zone, and Luke Ham and Charlie Hoke were there to break it up. And that's how we got to 6-0. Seems like a long journey, but actually it was a lot of good football played in that first half. Ward, we have baseball tonight?
Yeah, Dodgers lead at 1-0.
Oh,
third inning.
Third inning. Who are they pitching tonight?
Morton against Bueller.
Walker Bueller. Charlie Morton?
Charlie Morton, former Brave.
Yes, indeed.
Gave up a home run in the first.
Sounds like Charlie Morton to me.
Wouldn't mind seeing him back in a Braves uniform.
That's all right. We got Soroka coming back next year, I hope. So some scores courtesy of Massey Automotive. My favorite team of the week, the Douglas Astros, are knotted up with Westminster 7-7. Those of you who know me well can understand why I say my favorite team of the week, the Douglas Astros. Ward, why is Douglas my favorite team of the week?
Who's ever playing Westminster?
Who's ever playing Westminster? Come on. More scores courtesy of Massey Automotive. Hart County leads Oconee County up in northeast Georgia 7-3. Dodge County leads Monticello 16-0. That will upset my soon-to-be daughter-in-law very much. She was Wendy the Hurricane for Monticello. Heard County leads Temple 21-0. So, by the way, Callaway and Haralson County, if you're looking for that score, that game had to be postponed because of COVID concerns. A final Game played earlier today, this afternoon. Washington beat Farrell 51-14. Chattooga leads Coosa. That's a halftime score, 13-6. Union County leads Banks County 6-0. White County now has tacked on another score. They lead West Hall 14-0. That's a halftime. And North Hall is putting it on Lumpkin County tonight at home at the Brickyard. It's 20-0 in the third quarter. So the Lions have to kick it away to start this second half, Ward. That's not something I'm looking forward to, giving Brownlee any sort of a chance to have the ball in his hands again.
Well, we thought with the bad punt there and Kip getting good field position to end the first half, and then the start the third quarter with the ball, it might be the double whammy, but the Leavitt defense stiffened along with some poor clock management by Kip. But I tell you, this Leavitt defense has kind of had a little bit of a bend but don't break mentality, and they've made the play, whether it be the interception by Beaver or the 2 fourth down stops or the play at the end of the half to break up a potential score. This defense has really done a good job of tackling in space. This Kip offense really likes to spread the whole field from sideline to sideline and use the wide side of the field to try to create one-on-one matchups that they can win. And so far, Leavitt's avoided any big plays. We talked about that as a key, as Kip has had 8 plays of 40 yards or longer and all for touchdowns. So far, so good. It's, like you said, low-scoring game, but it's kind of like a 1-0 or 2-1 baseball game. The action has been outstanding, and the level of play has been outstanding too. So we'll hope for much of the same here in the second half. The Lions will kick it off.
Want to thank our sponsors: Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, Center State Bank, Play It Again Sports Buckhead, Massey Automotive, Atlantic Grill, Melwood Springs Natural Spring Water, and the Metro Atlanta YMCA. So the Lions will be defending this north end zone to start the second half as the clock on the halftime clock ticks down.
Back to my channel. Were you like here?
Like kind of close to the line, but when they start coming down here, back up.
So I'm kind of surprised to see Johnson and Mathis as close as they are. I think Lucas can reach it back there. Now they're starting to back up again. Let's see where we kick it this time. So the 12 minutes are up on the clock, and we hear a whistle. And let's see what we're going to do as we look towards the sideline. And Lucas will pooch this towards the side where it's going to be caught by Johnson. We're going to wrestle him down right at the 25-yard line. An outstanding open field tackle by Anderson Beaver.
Yeah, as soon as he tried to cut back there, we had the containment set up and what looked like might be good field position if he takes it straight up field from where he caught it on the short side of the field. He tried to go wide side, and good special teams work by the Lions. That's a couple of nice plays on special teams.
So 1st and 10 Kip from their own 25-yard line. Again, 3 receivers left, 1 receiver right. He's going to throw it out to the left, complete to Mathis. He's going to dance around and maybe pick up about 4, just shy. They're going to give him 5 to the 30.
Yeah, another wide side play again. Good containment, good gang tackling over there. I hope Hollinsworth is not coming off with an ankle.
I think he just got stepped on, actually.
He's had an outstanding game, offense and defense.
A 5-yard pickup for Kip, so they'll face 2nd and 5. Again, 3 receivers left, 1 right. Brownlee takes it,
Ooh, busted
has
play.
to call his own number, and dives ahead for maybe a yard to the, we'll call it the 31.
I think that was a design handoff, Richard, and either the running back went the wrong side or the quarterback put the ball to the wrong side.
This could be big if we can hold them here and force a punt. So they'll go trips to this near side, trips to Brownlee's right. And again, pistol set. He puts Johnson in motion, swings it out to him, and that's a lateral.
Get on that.
That ball goes out. What? What?
He threw that backwards. Right
No,
there.
he threw that backwards. He's standing at the 26. Let's see where Brownlee is. That is a lateral.
2 yards.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That's as much of a lateral as there ever has been.
And in theory, that could be a huge play in the sense that that's going to be or fourth and 13 or 14 or 15, depending on where they spot it. It's 4th and 4 now, so we got to be disciplined in our not jumping off sides here.
So high snap to Buckholz. He gets away a driving kick that Goldberg's going to take and try and get to the sideline and get upfield to maybe midfield, but a nice return by Colin
Flag
Goldberg.
down late. Right at about the 43. I don't like that. It's in that illegal block area. Well, we get the ball back, but it's not quite as good a field position as we think if they would have called a lateral.
Personal foul against Kip. Oh, well, that's the wrong signal, but I think what he's saying is
helmet to helmet.
Helmet to helmet.
Well, that'll
It's supposed to be this.
get us really good field position then.
So you're doing a good job.
But you don't mark it from the 43. You mark it from the maybe you do. I've never seen that done, but thank you.
Well, we all got it paid back to us right there. Is that
Stop reading my mind.
Yeah, that's close to where the line of scrimmage was.
Oh, what a fantastic field position.
Well, it's a good start to this third quarter for the Lions. Good defense on the 3 and out. Good stop on a running play, and then an untimed kind of untimely misread there, and then the backwards pass that was ruled incomplete, and Lovett gets it start with plus field position.
So a 4-man front this time. They'll hand it off to Stimmel. Stimmel's on the loose.
Oh, gosh.
Down inside the 10 to the 9.
Boy, Michael Bonsu with a shoestring touchdown saving tackle. Great blocking from center guard, just right up the gut. We gashed him a little bit there in the second quarter with that play, and it looked like we might get a touchdown there, but shoestring saving tackle, and Lions have it 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Lions from the 9. Time to light up like that Christmas tree. Lusink cannot
There's
escape
17 again.
Maurice Wilson.
Yeah, it's about nearly a dozen tackles for Wilson.
I don't understand, though, why, if they're going to cover Stevie with Kenneth Johnson, a 5'3", 140-pounder.
Yeah. Yeah, top of your screen there.
Yeah.
Looks like we could easily roll out and do an out and up or just a corner out. But we've been running the ball effectively. We'll see if we can keep it up.
There goes Stimmel, still on his feet. And he goes down right around the 3. He'll have to check out. And Hollingsworth will check in. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, that's a great game.
Nice
second
run.
down. Good blocking, good running after contact there. Alan Pope with a nice block. 17 again, Maurice Wilson.
Lusink takes it, swings it out, and Hollingsworth will score.
Beautifully designed play there as we caught Kip on their heels, maybe thinking run. And the Lions get just a perfect start to the second half. You'll see a replay. Look to the sidelines and quickly shoot it out, almost like a running play. Great block there by Colin Goldberg. I believe that was Colin out on the edge. An easy touchdown for the Lions. We'll line up for an extra point. Oh, and we snap it quick. Is that Hollingsworth again?
No, it was Stimmel, I think.
Stimmel on the 2-point conversion as we caught him off out of position there. Quick snap and run it, and Lions get the 2-point conversion. And that's big because that's a 14-point lead. Watch the replay here as we were waiting for him to. Yeah, that was Stimmel. Look at that blocking. Stimmel, 55, blocking up front there for his running back. Stimmel to get it in. What a start to this third quarter.
So that scoring drive.
4 plays, 28 yards.
In
a minute and
18 seconds.
18 seconds. And the Lions get the first touchdown of the night, get the 2-point conversion, and your score early in the third quarter, Lions lead at 14-0. Wow, great start. 3 and out for the Lions defense, and then the penalty on the punt. Great field position. Lions take advantage and get the 1st and goal. Pass play to Hollingsworth and 2-point conversion by Stimmel.
So we'll pooch this one to the 25. Taken there on the 25 and running into a host of Lions is Javel Ryan. Beavers there along with Pope. And also Henry Jones to bring down Javel Ryan. And good field position, though, for the Warriors at their own 33-yard line. 8:55 to go here in this third period. By the way, folks, please pay particular attention to our faculty staff spotlight tonight. We think you'll enjoy it. Again, pistol set. And Johnson drops it. Ball's loose. Who's on it? I think, well, they're stopping the clock, so they don't know. Lovett comes up with it. Anderson Beaver, Johnny on the spot.
The second turnover for Beaver. He's got an interception early. Gets the fumble recovery there on the drop. And this is a perfect start to the third quarter for the Lions. Let's take a look at the replay. Snap was good. The exchange just wasn't there. There's Beaver getting on that ball. Disastrous start for Kip here in the third quarter.
You know, I've taken the spotter for granted a little too long.
And she does her time of possession.
Yes. All her, yes.
All those chalkboard.
Henry Stimmel picks up 4 running off that right side.
Well, with a 14-0 lead, Lovett's offensive line, really a second quarter adjustment where we kind of started running straight up, more power type runs. With a 14-0 lead, I think you'll see more of the same. Bracy, those guys in the interior tight end and your 5 linemen are doing a great job blocking. Alan Pope at fullback too.
2nd and 6. We put Stimmel in motion, and Lusink takes it. He's going to pick up maybe 2. Javel Ryan, Maurice Johnson. They were in on the tackle for the Warriors along with Shingo Weems. But just a 2-yard pickup and make it 3rd and 3. It's the 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think with the motion there, I thought we might get him stretched out a little, have more room, but that Maurice Wilson is quite the linebacker for Kip.
3rd and 3. We hand it off to Stimmel, and he maybe gets to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Well, they guessed right. That is the Kip defense. Made a big stop there on 3rd down, and Lions will have a 4th down and short. Yeah, really.
So Hope checks out. Hollingsworth checks in. You know, Ward, as crazy as Coach Muschamp can be sometimes, this is one of those where he literally may just throw the very, very quick slant to Goldberg. No, he's going to hand it off to Stimmel. Stimmel's going to pick up enough for a first down as he gets inside the 20 down to near the 15.
Yeah, good running there because there wasn't a big lane. Stimmel got to that point of line to gain and then fell forward. And first, this play, you see a replay, it didn't look like this was well blocked.
Boy,
Stimmel,
fine
great
block.
job by delaying there. And then
Luke
Alan
Graham.
Pope and Luke Graham got great blocks to spring it for a first down. Yeah, Graham had a great block there. You see that replay.
Yes. Out of the shotgun, first and goal. Or no, rather, first and 10 from the 16. Lusink's going to keep it and maybe pick up 3, give him 2 to the 14. I tell you, Preston will stick his nose in there.
And again, just a young freshman, but he's getting better at every game.
And you can see that missed. The Riverbank missed. The mystery missed. Getting on that field already. 2nd and 8. Trips to the right. Lusink looks to the sideline. I tell you, we got single coverage.
Yeah, I'm just thinking we might go to Colin here on the bottom of your screen.
We'll look, pump.
Oh, boy, that's a lot of holding. Colin got yanked more than once. Coach Muschamp is irate. I mean, he couldn't throw the ball because he was getting held. And then he goes outside the pocket. And then Colin just got yanked 2, if not 3 times. Well, he was trying to get that double move. He had single coverage out on the edge. So that'll go as a sack, a big loss there with the no call on the
ball. Loss of 7 back to the 22. It'll make it 3rd and 15. They walk up everybody. We'll throw it. Oh, just beyond the reach of Colin Goldberg. It was just a little high.
Yeah, it was a little high and a little off. Colin was well short of the first down, but he had some room to run there if he pulls that down. Single coverage just on a comeback route. A little bit of a high wobbly throw. Probably should catch that one. Colin will probably tell you that. I think we might call time. Nope, we might put the field goal unit back out there, Richard.
So Hyman will check in. He'll put this tee down. Are we going to call a timeout? Because I don't know how much time we got left on the clock. But out of the hole to Fielding, this will be an attempt of a 39. And it is good! Off the left upright.
Boy, plenty of leg again, Richard. You've got an
Hyman boots through a 39-yarder.
Oh, this is a perfect angle for the replay. Look at that. See it. See where this ball ticks off. Good leg. Right inside the upright.
Ooh.
Kicks it. Hits it. And we got an injured Lion down. I think he's going to get up and be all right, though. But the Lions get a field goal. And now it's a 17-0 lead for the Lions. That drive stalled. We thought we were going to get a pass interference or a holding call. Instead, they rule it a sack, and then the incompletion on 3rd down. Lions choose to kick a field goal. And, wow, when's the last time you said the Lions kick a 39-yard field goal? Chad Holloman days?
Oh, no.
No, I'm kidding. We've had some. Definitely.
Jack Hall?
Yeah.
When there's 2 minutes left, go get some.
Chad Holloman did kick kind of a big one to win a game that was.
So only a 9-yard drive for the Lions that took all of 8 plays.
Yeah, your Ruth Chris scoring recap. Lions get the field goal and lead at 17-0.
So backing up is Johnson. He takes it around the 13, looking for some running room. And we're going to grab on and hold as best we can and bring him down right around the 29-yard line.
So first drive for Kip goes 3 and out and punt. Second drive is a fumble on the first play. So
Chase Nally brought him down on a nice tackle.
Brings up 1st down for the Warriors.
So first down, Kip from their own 29-yard line. Again, that pistol set, they've run almost all night and stacked receivers. He'll take it. He's in trouble. He goes down, and I think they came up with it. You're going to – wow.
Yeah, I thought his arm was moving forward. But, again, a drop, just a mistake there.
Let's watch it on the
Kip
replay.
As he drops the snap. Almost dropped
It
it.
is not. That is not. His hand was not going forward. His hand was not going forward. Nowhere close.
Well, they had the ball anyway, so I think it's a push. But I think they ruled it incomplete.
And now they're moving it back. 2nd and 10, Kip, from their own 29-yard line. It stops the clock with 4:22 to go. So the Lions back off.
Flag on the play.
You see that their offensive coordinator is down around the 10-yard line calling it in. You can't call it in from down there. That's a sideline warning. You tell them once, and then you tell them the next time, and it'll be a flag.
Waving that flag off, okay.
Now he's moving back inside the box. No, he's moving back down inside the 20. 2nd and 10. They'll hand it to Johnson. We're going to tug at him and pull him down after about a 5-yard pickup.
Lions defense is swarming here in this third quarter. Not very much going right for Kip. Some of it's their own fault for mistakes.
Graham and Ham in on the tackle. It'll make it 3rd and a long 6. Again, they'll have stacked receivers to this near side. To Brownlee's right now, he'll shift them. Again, pistol set. He'll take it. Look. There's a flag, and Johnson has no chance to come up with it. Plus, Luke Ham was stalking him the whole time and would have dropped him for about a 2-yard loss. Let's see what the call is here. You can watch it on the replay as Brownlee swung out.
It's got to be a procedure penalty, right? Like a formation. I think it was, and we decline it. So it'll be 4th and 6. Lions defense showed up here in the third quarter. 17-0, Lions lead it.
So the Lions will decline it on that incompletion to Johnson, and Buckholz will drop deep inside his 25. He'll get this punt away right at the 25, and I see whistle and I see a timeout by Kip. So timeout Kip, 3:32 to go in this third period. Lions lead it 17-0. So, Ward, this means it's, I think, time for our faculty.
Coach Johnson's volleyball team has advanced to the Sweet 16 round of the state playoffs.
So we just have our faculty staff highlight is none other than Turf, the 8-month-old black lab, who is the geese police. Her main responsibilities are to move the geese and other birds off the athletic fields, pick up trash, and remove sprinkler flags, and she does a fantastic job. In his off time, Turf likes to sleep, eat popsicles, and swim at the lake.
Get him, Turf.
Watch this video, Ward.
That's fantastic.
If you watch this, what's so impressive is look at that footwork. So Goldberg will gather this in right around the 37-yard line.
Awesome.
We may have to show that a few more times before this game is over tonight. It's an impressive video of Turf. So congratulations, Turf. You are our faculty staff spotlight tonight.
Look at the slow-mo here.
How do you feel?
Gets going on the track. Whoop! Heck of a recovery. That's awesome. I want that job.
First and 10 Lions, leading at 17-0 here, third period. And good field position at the 37. We'll go shotgun with Stimmel on a little trap. He gets about 3 up to the 40. Good tackle in the open field by David Henry. He's been active tonight.
The Lions' time of possession in the second half is heavily weighted in our favor as the defense has gotten off the field, and the Lions' offense has had multi-long play drives, not necessarily a lot of yards gained, but you're eating up the clock, that's for sure, with a 17-0 lead.
Second and 7 from the 40. Lusink will take it. He'll pick up about 3 as David Henry unloaded. And he was being pulled down that time right at the 43. They're going to give him all the way up to the 44. Khalil Matthews was pulling him down. But we'll call it third and a long 3. Line to gain is just beyond the 47. So we'll go pistol set this time. And they're walking up. Boy, I'm surprised we haven't tried to draw them off again. Lusink will take it, give it to Stimmel. Stimmel will get across the 45 up to about the 46. It'll bring up 4th down, 4th and 1. Clock ticks inside 2 minutes. And I think we're going to try and give Huntley King a chance to punt it deep and play field position as we head towards this 4th period. Got a baseball score?
Still 1-0 in 4th.
So King will stand right around his 30. He'll get this punt away right about his 33.
There we go.
Mathis deep, and he's going to watch this bound, and we'll down it right around the 10-yard line. Fine punt by Huntley King. A 45-yarder with no return.
Great punt that time. Got a perfect spiral.
After 2 dominating wins over Haralson County last night, Coach Bush's varsity softball team has advanced to the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. The Lions hold one more round.
So first and 10. Warriors with a minute and 11 to go here.
Good luck, ladies, and go Lions.
So again, that pistol set that Brownlow's run so much. So we'll go stacked receivers to his left and look left. He's in some trouble. He's going to try and escape, and he's going to be wrestled down right around the 16-yard line.
Yeah, Bracey, good job of spying right there. I think we had a Lion down, Richard. Is that Stimmel down on at the end of the play there?
She'll tell you. Can I turn my volume off here? Because they won't be talking when you're talking.
I can't tell who the injured line is right now.
like they're checking a knee or an ankle, maybe. I think it's Will Stemmel.
Thanks, Katie.
Yeah, that is Will Stemmel.
It is Will Stemmel.
It was well after the play, and he was away from the play, but couldn't quite tell what might be injured, an ankle or a knee.
Second and 4, and they're going to try and run Johnson off that left side, and Johnson's got running room. Johnson down that far sideline. We're giving chase. Johnson 30, Johnson 20, and he will take it to the house, 84 yards. Goes Trey Johnson.
Wow.
And as I said, if he gets behind us, he's gone.
Well, we had looked like good containment on the short side of the field that time. You see a replay, we looked like we had about, wow, that could have been an illegal block there on Bracy, but boy, an explosion play. We talked about, well, there was a flag, Richard. Maybe they did call that illegal block. I saw it in the replay myself. They were blocking Bracy. It could have either been a hold or a block in the back. Let's take a look right here. 71 on, I don't know if that's it or not. We didn't even catch the flag. We were watching him sprint to the end zone there. Apologies.
And I'd already written it into the book.
It was a hold.
Holding is the call against Kip. What an inopportune time for that hold, but boy, what a blessing for the Lions.
Kip has an injured. Is that a
Looks
Lion?
to be cramping.
Yeah, it looks like a Kip offensive lineman.
That's Javon Hemphill, another one of their seniors.
Well, some big plays that have gone wrong for Kip is add to it there in this third quarter as the penalty prevents a touchdown. We know how that feels after last week. They're shooting themselves in the foot with a 3-and-out, a fumble, now a big penalty. I mean, that's an extra point away from being a 17-7 game right there.
By the way, while we have this break, can we show turf one more time?
Get him, Turf.
Did you say he gets popsicles as pay?
This is Turf, who's an 8-month-old black lab. It's Levitt's first 4-legged staff member, other than Steve Franks. His main priority at Lovett is to help move along the geese and other birds that populate our athletic fields throughout the year. Turf enjoys being at Lovett during the week and knows exactly where he is when his owner, Jake, pulls onto campus. He loves riding in the gator and mower and meeting new people. Turf also helps with picking up trash and removing sprinkler flags. And in his off time, he likes to sleep, eat popsicles, and swim at the lake. It's safe to say Turf is the cutest and friendliest member of Lovett's staff. Thank you, Turf, and your owner, Jake, for keeping our campus clean and beautiful.
I got to tell you, that's good discipline by Turf to stop and turn around.
2nd and 12, we'll call it, or a short 13. Out of the shotgun, Brownlee will take it, stand in his end zone, and throw it incomplete as he had a diving Buckholz up around the 30.
Boy, I thought they could have got another hold there on their left tackle, our right side. Look at this takedown. My goodness. It's an incompletion nonetheless. That was an open receiver. Got away with that one.
So 3rd and 12, Warriors from their own 8. They'll go, again, shotgun, pistol set, 3 receivers right, 1 left. He'll throw it to Buckholz, and Buckholz can't come up with it. Good coverage by Anderson Beaver.
Beaver's been all over the place in pass coverage tonight. He's had an interception, a fumble recovery, and now a pass breakup.
So that will force a 4th and 12 for the Warriors. And Buckholz will have to drop back into his end zone. So do we go after it?
Yeah, I think this might be the time if you're gonna. He's kicked line drives, so either way, I think we can get good field position, but we look like we might be going after him.
So standing dead in the middle of the end zone. Low snap, bat out of the end zone. That'll be a safety, and it'll force a free kick from the 20. So the Lions go up 19-0 here on that safety with 19 seconds to go. What do you call the scoring drive for that?
I have a feeling that might be a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because if it wasn't a bad snap, I think the Lions were going to block that one, maybe get a touchdown. But we'll take the safety. This defense in the second half for the Lions has been outstanding. Some unforced errors, too, by the KIPP offense, but really the Lions defense is dictating the pace of the game here in this third quarter.
So the Lions lead it 19-0 here. I'll tell you, Coach Franks, he's having a tough time of it at home tonight. He says this is Turf's girlfriend. Chili. So Cameron Crisp will kick this away to Goldberg, running towards KIPP territory. He takes it at the 45 and gets it all the way down to about the 35. Ooh, not a good spot. He got all the way to the 35 and they drove him back. But let's see where he marked. He did mark it at the 35. 1st and 10 Lions with just 10 ticks left on this clock in the third period. And they have great field position for this possession. I hope we have some of that pizza left at home that Mary made last night. It was awesome. Awesome.
Little thin crust? Or?
Yes, thin crust. Awesome. If you're hungry, it was made with grape tomatoes, bacon, and pepper, and brown sugar. It was unbelievable. Running wide this time. And into open field is Stimmel, still on his feet, going to be run out of bounds right near the 15, mark him at the 15.
Great blocking on the edge to the wide side for the Lions. Stimmel running great tonight. See the replay. Look at the blocking on the edge. Goldberg getting a good block.
Big 20-yard pick. Oh, what's the flag for?
We got multiple flags down all of a sudden late. Might be some unsportsmanlike or.
Yeah, I think he threw it on Mathis. I'm not sure why, because there were no Lovett players around.
Yeah, Stimmel got up and immediately went back to the huddle. So I don't know what that. Maybe they were complaining about getting held or something. See a replay. See if we can't spot anything. Great block there by Will Stimmel on the edge at left tackle.
Fantastic block by Hoke.
I mean, the tackle wasn't late.
No.
Unsportsmanlike. That'll be another big penalty. I tell you, it's a tale of two halves, Richard. The competitive, well-played first half has become one-sided here in the third quarter as the Lions are dominating. And some mistakes by some big mistakes by KIPP.
So they let the clock run down, curiously enough. So we'll go to this fourth period. Leading it 19-0. We've played 36. We've got 12 left. Kaylee Stargell, let's throw it down to you.
That brings the end of the third
Hello,
quarter.
I'm Kaylee Stargell, class of
Lions 19, Kid Warriors
2024
0.
with a game update from the Riverbank. As we approach the fourth quarter, we were up by 19. Coach Muschamp really did pump up the team in the locker room because they came out with tons of energy. And Leavitt was able to score on their first possession with touchdown by Michael Hollingworth. We are looking forward to ending the game with a win. Back to you, Richard.
Thanks, Kaylee. It's a great report.
Congratulations.
Now let's get another score here. Bad news from, what is that, Globe Life Park?
Yeah.
Yeah, bad news from Globe Life Park. All that is evil leads Tampa Bay 5-0. Got some Massey Automotive scoreboard updates for you. Dawson County leads Gilmer. Now that's gone to final, 35-0. Thomasville all over Worth County heading into the fourth period, 42-7. First and goal Lions. We'll call it the 7. Ball is just between the 7 and the 8. Empty backfield for Lusink. Preston takes it, keeps it. Oh, he had a little seam, but nice tackle that time by Maurice Wilson again. He had that little bit of a seam that Luke had sealed for him.
Yeah, it's our old bread and butter play. We'll probably run it again here.
But almost a 3-yard pickup. First and goal from the 5. We're moving towards that north end zone now. Lusink takes it. He's going to try and slide outside, get a block, and get shoved out right around the 3-yard line. Khalil Matthews, their senior captain, threw him out. It'll make it 3rd and about 3 to go. Yeah, 3rd and goal from the 3.
Third down for the Lions.
This time Lusink has stacked power backs with him. He's going to try and dive for maybe a yard down to about the 2. This is decision time. Do we stick points up or do we go for it? We're going to stick points up.
Right? Get to 22. Well defended here in the first and goal by Kip's defense. Wonder if that was an option again or if it was the designed keeper. Well, maybe we'll thought we might run our kicker out, but oh, yep, there he is.
So this will be a 19-yard attempt by Lucas. Out of the hole to Christopher Fielden. Fielden's going to keep it. And did he get in? I think he did. Fielden did get in.
A late call by the side judge on the far near the Chattahoochee over there, but
Fielden,
the surge got it.
Fielden was able to take it. Let's watch this on the replay. He did it correctly. You know what he did?
He had his knee up.
I can't get anything past you.
Great job there, but Fielden, the sophomore. If you had Lucas as your kicker for fantasy football, you're doing well. He's getting some points, but a good fake on the field goal, get the touchdown there, and the Lions take the decisive 26-0 lead. And Richard is totaling up the Ruth Chris scoring recap summary here.
Yes, that was a Ward. Let's see, 10, a minute 59.
Great job of the Lions. It's 8 plays and 55 yards. No,
35
yards, excuse me. And then the fake field goal gets the touchdown. The sophomore Christopher Fielden, the holder, on extra points and field goals. Like you said, kept his knee up and gets the touchdown with the great blocking up front. What a tale of two halves. Lions dominating this second half.
So Hyman to boot it away, and he will boot this one short, bounds up and picked up, and then spun down by Fielden is Javel Ryan, rather. But nice play by Christopher Fielden getting down there and turning him in.
Watch this kick. It bounces right to him.
You see Ryan going, and Christopher Fielden just wraps him up right there at about the 26-yard line. I'm reminded of, I think, 2002 season when we were playing GAC and Tyler Caswell was holding, and we tried a fake field goal and found Spencer Hageman in the corner, and Tyler had purposely squatted so his knee wasn't down. They still called it, and he made a great throw to Spencer Hageman in the back of the end zone for what should have been a score. Shotgun set, pistol set. Again, three receivers to his left, and he's going to throw right, complete. Cameron Crisp up near midfield on a nice throw and catch. Ooh.
Yeah, nice throw there. Best of the night for Kip, the tall, lanky receiver on the slant. Threw a strike. Well, not really a strike. Nice high throw, high grab there. One of the better plays of the night.
Lions lead at 26-0, but Kip has just bit off a 25-yard completion. And again, they'll go with this stack set. We back off what looks like a blitz. Low snap, and there's a whistle.
Whole left side of this towards the Lovett sideline all went early, and the snap was late. And it's probably a good thing because the snap was bad again. Everybody but the center. And another one. 2 in a row. Wonder if the mysterious Conley Oakley Field Chattahoochee Dew missed. It's playing games here. Can't get a hold of the football.
Well, he snapped it, actually. He snapped it that time to Brownlee, but I think it was a strange formation. 1st and 20 from their own 39. Warriors are going to try and throw it deep to Crisp. Pinkston is out there and breaks it up. That ball hung for a long time, and Andrew was step for step with Cameron Crisp.
Yeah, Crisp is listed at 6'4", 225. That's the obvious size mismatch against Pinkston. But Pinkston, a good job of finding that ball and breaking it up.
2nd and 20 from the 39. Stops the clock with 8:53 to go. He'll hand it off to Johnson. Johnson dances around. Bracey will drop him for about a 1-yard loss back to what should be marked as a 1-yard loss, but they'll give him all the way back up to the 39. It'll bring up 3rd and 20.
Bracey again. Seems like he's in on every play up the middle especially.
Clock runs, 8:13, 8:12. No urgency for the Warriors right now. Third and 20, line to gain is the Lions 41. They swing it out to Johnson, complete. He dodges one man trying to go across field, but can't miss Ham. What's the flag for? Was it a hold? I couldn't. The 71 was walking in front. What was the call?
The head ump was the one who threw the flag. Illegal block against Kip. Black in the back. But we'll decline that.
Flag on the play, holding on the offense. Declined by the Lions. Brings up fourth down for the Warriors.
So Buckholz will check in on this 4th and 20. Standing at his 27, he'll get this punter right around his 30. And Colin Goldberg is too deep. Buckholz is not going to punt it past you. Good snap. Oh, he gets off a booming kick this time. I put you in the wrong place, Colin. Find a hole. Nice tackle, open field on Colin Goldberg, as JaVale Ryan was down there with great coverage.
Yeah, that's a great open field tackle. Otherwise, Collins got 5 to 10 more yards easily. But another stop for the Lions defense. And the Lions offense takes over again. "20 straight points here in the second half for the Lions on offense. New quarterback in, Richard, I think.
Christopher Fielden in. He's already had some action tonight. So Jones will be dotting the I in the pistol. We hand it off to Jones, and he rumbles ahead. He's going to pick up 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 yards off that left side.
That's great running there. Good blocking on the edge and the center, left guard, left tackle, and a burst up the middle, and then he carried, really surged 4 or 5 yards with Kip defenders hanging on to him.
Hey, did you bring me any long pants tonight?
You don't need them.
Dadgummit, it's cold now. 1st and 10 Lions from their own 41. Again, pistol set, 2 receivers to this near side. Hendricks Anthony is the one split farthest to the right. Fielden takes it, hands it off to Jones, and he burrows ahead. Why are they stopping, blowing the whistle? Because they had not stopped him.
Yeah, good running by Henry Jones. 2 plays in a row now. I think we've worn him down a little here in this third, fourth quarter.
So 2nd and 3 after that 7-yard pickup. Camillo and Anthony split wide to this side. We'll run a little trap. Jones will maybe get a half yard. Clock just continues to move. 5:35, 5:34, 5:33, just clicking along. Here on the replay, you can see we tried that trap. We got a good, we did a good job of blocking on Larry Wallace, their nose man, but that kick-out block wasn't enough. We pick up a 1, and so it'll bring up 3rd and a long one. We'll call it 3rd and 2. Ball's on the 49. We've got to get to the Kip 49. We'll go empty backfield. And they've essentially got an 8-man front. Low snap, Fielden has to just dive on it. And the Lions will be forced to punt it away on what's really a 4th and 6. Let's see. Was Christopher not ready?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it did bound back there. Timing was a little bit off on that.
Used up some clock, though.
So unfortunately, right this second, I can't tell. And we're going to have a substitution infraction, unfortunately.
Yeah, too many people out of the huddle there.
Sometimes I feel like you just need to stay in the huddle. Don't let them find you. Just look. They'll never find you. Just find a way to spread out.
Ooh, bad snap.
High snap, and we'll still get it away
Wow.
on a nice play where we're able to get a punt away on a high snap.
That was impressive. He didn't panic at all.
No panic that time by Spence Friedman.
Another bad snap. This one a high one. Way high. Look at that. Yep, just kick it.
Did the smart play, just stand flat-footed and kick it away. Patty's play by Spence Friedman. And the ball rolled dead at the KIPP 34. Anytime you can get positive yardage out of that, you're happy. So strangely, oh, they're short a man. So they're bringing Cameron Crisp back on. Wait a minute.
That should be a flag. No, he came.
Yeah,
out of
he
the huddle. Never was in the huddle.
So shotgun set, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left for Brownlow. He's under pressure, and Camillo's going to drop him.
Boy, came in.
Alex
unblocked.
Camillo just said, hello.
Nice
My
to
brother
meet you.
used to play here too.
That's a
By
good
the way, I
job,
saw
Camillo.
Mr. Congeniality downstairs, also known as Matt Anthony. I think we need to give him just a permanent grill and make him just stay running the grill.
I miss those grilled chicken sandwiches.
2nd and 19. They're going to hand it off to Johnson. He's going to scurry around and pick up about 9, almost 10, as he gets back up near the original line of scrimmage. Fielden was there to drop him, and Johnson's going to have to limp off, as I think he may have turned an ankle. Clock continues to move, 2:47, 2:46. Lions lead at 26-0. Here as the visitor, those of you wondering why are we in white when we're playing at home, this is KIPP's home game. Brownlow take it, float it deep, and nice play breaking it up. I mean, coming across was Robert Mitchell, who's very fast, but Mitchell did a great job of breaking on the ball to break it up.
That's my cousin. Son of Bobby and Elizabeth Mitchell. Good job. Well, got his head back, see the ball, and make a break on it. Good job, youngster. Junior cornerback.
So Buckholz will drop back inside his 25. And he'll get away. A kick that Stimmel will just let bound inside the 35 down to about the 32. Smart play that time by Henry Stimmel, just saying, let it go. Is there a flag back there? Or have they just not picked that flag up? Do you see a flag, Ward, right around the 26-yard line? On the south end, towards the south end zone.
I do not see a flag. But your eyes are better than mine.
That's a flag. Well, I'm using binoculars too. Or as my father used to call them, field glasses. What are your field glasses, son?
Yep, you're right.
He did go get it. The official came over and did go pick up that flag. Well, no, it was just a rag, apparently, that a Kit player had lost. So 1st and 10 Lions, just 2:16 left on this clock in this fourth period. We'll go pistol set. We'll run it this near side, and stretching for about 3 yards is Parker Hammond.
Another late flag. Is that for after the whistle blew? They a little bit questionable, maybe.
Those of you who, let's see here. I couldn't tell what the signal was.
Personal foul.
Okay. So it'll move it all the way out to the 46. By the way, those of you who grew up here in Atlanta and remember a lot of the high school teams that we all remember from our high school years, Southwest, Turner, Archer. KIPP is actually in the old Turner High building down in the West End. So the clock starts again. We're inside a minute 40. And I think we'll go to victory formation. Coach Muschamp's favorite set. So the clock will tick down to about a minute 15, and Fielding will go under center and take a snap. So he'll just take a knee. And the clock will tick down inside. When is he going to set it for play? He does now inside 1 minute. So I think the Lions will have to snap it just one more time. And they can go to 4-2 on this season. Okay, now Coach Muschamp signals him. Take the snap, take a knee, and we can pack them and zip them. So Fielding takes a knee, and that'll do it as we go inside 25 seconds. We won't have to take another snap. So the Lions with a 26-0 victory over the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate Warriors will, as we say, go to 4-2 on this season and take on the Towers Titans next week. One trivia here at Lovett. Towers Titans. Can you think of the most famous Georgia running back who went to Towers High School? I bet you can. It was before your time.
Not sure I know that one.
Jimmy Poulos.
Nice. Well, great win for the Lions. Really a tale of two halves. It was very competitive, close, good action in the first half. The second half, the Lions dominated, really coming out the defense, getting 3-and-outs and turnovers, and the Lions offense going on slow, methodical drives, getting points, field goals. A player of the game for sure is our fine kicker, Lucas Hyman, who had 3 field goals and couple of extra points. We had the great special teams play all over the place with the fake field goal touchdown. And this defense should deserve a pat on the back for what they did the second half. Great job by this Lions team altogether after a tough win last week.
Well, we will have on the riverbank. We played on the Towers Titans for a homecoming game.
Let's thank our sponsors: Ruth Chris Steakhouse, Interstate Bake, Plate Again Sports Buckhead, Massey Automotive, Atlantic Grill, Melwood Springs Natural Spring Water, and the Metro Atlanta YMCA. Richard's favorite.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to that YMCA. I've been a member since 1963. A little disturbing when you think about it. That's a long time.
Those old pancake breakfasts we used to go over there.
We still have, we still have the Good Friday breakfast. It'll be about the 50th annual Good Friday breakfast. Got a baseball score before we go?
I don't.
Just so I can get
Gave
upset.
up.
All right, let's see if we can't see if we're going to throw it down to the field at all. Do we know? Ward, see you next week, buddy. It's great to see you. Yeah, man. Not sure we're going to take it down to Jim to cover the post-game huddle with Coach Muschamp and the team, or if Katie or Kaylee are going to have an interview for us. Stand by. We're back up top. Just to try and reach. Just to recap scoring for you, the Lions led it 6-0 at the half on the foot of Lucas Hyman with a 32-yard field goal at the 4:33 mark of the first period, and then a 29-yard field goal with 4:39 to go left in the second period. Hyman made it 6-0, and the Lions, thanks to an interception by Anderson Beaver, were able to hold on to that 6-0 lead. Then the Lions, in the third period, really took over the game as off a fantastic run as the Lions had great field position to the 28. Henry Stimmel raced for 19 yards and set up a 3-yard touchdown pass to Hollingsworth, and the Lions scored on a 2-point conversion with Stimmel taking it over on the fake PAT or fake kick PAT to make it 14-0. That was at the 8:49 mark of the third period. Then the Lions were able to score again on a three-yard fake field goal by Christopher Filden, who went in from 3 yards out. And the extra point by Lucas Hyman put us up 26-0, and that was your final score. So we're going to have an interview with Preston Lusink and Katie Freiberger coming up. Oh, rather, Kaylee Stargell. Sorry about that.
Okay.
All right, we're going to throw this down to Kaylee as she's visiting with Preston Lusink. Kaylee, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Down to you.
Yes.
Go ahead, Kaylee.
Hello, guys. It's Kaylee Stargell, class of 2024, here with the freshman starting quarterback, Preston Lusink. What did Coach Muschamp tell you guys at halftime to get you pumped up?
He basically just said we need to fill our gaps blocking assignments, clean everything up. We were pretty sloppy in the first half. Basically just clean everything up and get to what we normally do.
Okay. How has your experience been being as a new starting freshman on the team?
It's a lot of fun. It's been a blast. I love being on the varsity team and being with all the older guys. It's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. How does it feel to get a win tonight after the tough loss last week at home?
It feels good. It's great to bounce back from that tough loss. It's just feels good, and it's also a region game, which is big.
Yeah. Good game, Preston.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Kaylee, thanks so much. So don't forget you can follow daily updates on all of Lovett's varsity teams by following @Lovett Athletics on Instagram and Twitter. So May Helen and George Jerikitis, it's time to go to sleep now. Frosty is done with tonight's game. He's headed home. So for Michelle Pope, Jim Clausen, Young John, Katie Freiberger, Thomas Brown, Jordan Siegel, Kaylee Stargell, Tommy Wiggs, Ward Jones, and all of our production crew. Our time is up. We thank you for yours. Your final score from the Riverbank, the Lovett Lions 26, the KIPP Atlanta Collegiate Warriors nothing. See you next week here on the Riverbank.